you need or want to sit this one, you can. I mean, do sing, but you're welcome to sit down on this one if you would like. If we can do it again from the beginning, because this song represents where we're at right now, and that's really questioning, where are we going, what are we doing? And that's what today is all about. So I invite our slides to go back to the beginning of this song. That was just a practice. Here we go. We begin by calling in all of the goodness of life. We draw the circle wide and draw it wider still, calling on the best of ourselves and the life-giving elements of the world and of the universe. So I invite us to begin by facing east. Let us begin drawing our circle facing the east, which is the element of air. We call to our ancestors, our friends, our family, and wisdom keepers of the east. Think now of all that you know that is in the east. We call on the element of air and wind and the rising sun. And we give thanks to your gift of breath, dear wind, and the inspiration that you give us and the light of a new day. To all we give thanks for the blessings of the east. May we find our way and draw our circle wide. Woyaya, 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 woyaya. Facing south.
We continue drawing our circle as we face the south, the element of fire. We call to our ancestors, friends, family, and wisdom keepers of the south. We call on the element of fire. We give thanks for the mysterious spark of life glowing within each of us, and the sun that warms and nourishes the earth with the great celestial fire. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the south. May we find our way and draw our circle wide.
And now we turn to the west. As our circle journeys west, this is the element of water. And we call to our ancestors and friends and family and wisdom keepers of the west. We call on the element of water. We give thanks for the water that flows within us, giving and sustaining all of life. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the west. May we find our way and draw our circle wide.
And now our circle closes in the north, the element of earth. We call to our ancestors, friends, family, and wisdom keepers of the north. We call on the element of earth. We give thanks for the earth that is our true home, together with the other elements, creating and nourishing all life, holding us with solid grounding. To all, we give thanks for the blessings of the north. May we find our way and draw our circle wide.
And now turning to the center, turning inward, that place that is the essence of your being, a culmination of your entire life, and all the ancestors and all the history that has come before you. Here, we are blessed with this amazing life. Feel that blessing. Feel the blessing of the air, of the fire, of the water, and of the earth. And here in this center is our community. We come together to bless each other with love and friendship and to care for one another. And we come together to bless the world. May we find our way and draw the circle wide. I invite you to join with me in saying our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And please share this spirit of love by greeting all of those around you. Might be a little chilly, but it's okay. It's beautiful.
Welcome, everyone. We are glad you are here today to our opening service for the 23-24 church year. We especially welcome our visitors. So if you are a visitor, we'd love to stay connected with you. Please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. We have 3 people in the back ushering, and they'd be happy to give you a small packet of information. Today, we are going to have our Namaqua World Cafe and Barbecue. So after service today, we'll gather at Kathy Hartman's house. Now that's not very far away. You don't have to even get in your cars if you don't want to. You can walk right down the street. See what happens? My directional thing gets really crazy with that. Down the street to 6th Street and a little ways that way, a couple blocks. Yep, just a couple blocks. We're going to have a small brainstorming session about our journey together into our future church and this year. And then we're going to have a barbecue that is hosted by the church leadership. So you weren't expected to bring anything but yourselves, your openness, your heart. So we want your input. And we're going to talk about the goals of the congregation. Come and join us as we celebrate the beginning of our church year.
Good. And I would like to introduce you to someone. I would like to ask if Janet and Chantel would please come forward. Now, most of you probably know Janet Gillette. Yeah, our beloved Janet, who has done an awful lot of hard work behind the scenes, keeping this church going as our office, I'm going to say admin. Technically, it's assistant, but it's an admin position. It really is. And she has worked long and hard, and she decided a few months ago that it was time to retire. Yeah. So we love you, and we're grateful for everything that you do. And she's hanging around, of course. Yeah. 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 And I'm delighted to introduce. May I put my arm around you? I know. I'm a huggy type. I'd like to introduce you to Chantel Sisk, our new office administrator. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed all those beautiful announcements coming out, and she's been playing around in Canva and doing all kinds of fancy stuff, which is amazing. So we're very grateful to have Chantel with us. Yes. So I wanted to introduce you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Please. Yeah. So our thanks and our welcome to both. Thank you. Good. And now I have a story for anyone who considers themselves a child. So you might be 0 years old, or you might be 99, but if you consider yourself a child and want to come up here, come on. I'm going to sit down right here. Is that all right? You're going to come sit with me? Oh, good. Oh, good. Are you going to come sit with me too? You know what? I have an idea. Let's actually come around this table. Let's come up around this table. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So today we're celebrating water communion. Okay. So once upon a time, there was a little drop of water. Just going to put a little drop. You want to help me? I'm just going to put you know what, sweetheart? This is going to be in the way right now. So do you want to come help me? Let's put in a little, with a little hand sanitizer too. Okay, let's put in a little drop of water. Oop, there we go. Little drop of water. Good. Now, Higgins was no ordinary drop of water. He was a drop with a dream. A drop with a dream. Okay, let's keep that close. We're a little extra sanitized. That's not a bad thing. Okay, it's just water. Oh, it's just water in here too? Oh, fantastic. Okay, I love it. Cool, so we've added some of your water too. Thank you. So Higgins lived in a valley where it had not rained in a very long time. Anybody remember what it's like to be in a drought? Yeah. So all the lovely green grass was turning brown, and all the beautiful trees and flowers were wilting. Oh no, and they were all starting to droop. Everybody droop. Oh, drooping. And Higgins had a dream. He had a dream that one day the valley would be a beautiful place again. But what could he do? After all, he was only one drop of water. And one day, Higgins decided to travel around and tell other people about his dream. And all the other drops listened very politely, but nobody believed his dream would come true. Higgins, get your head out of the clouds. You can't spend your whole life dreaming. And Higgins decided that he had to do something to make his dream come true. So he began to think. Everybody think. He began to think, and he was thinking, and he was thinking. And one day he walked by a rusty old bucket, and he got an idea. If enough of us drops of water get together in this bucket, there would be enough water to sprinkle on the few flowers and help them grow and become beautiful once again. Is that a good idea? Yeah, you like that idea? Good. Eagerly, Higgins told everyone his great idea, but everybody thought he was being ridiculous. Higgins, Higgins is nothing but a dreamer. Anybody ever say that to any of you? Yeah. Yeah, me too. We might have said it to each other, actually. Okay. Higgins decided he had to do something to convince the others he was right. So he said to them, I don't know about you, but I'm getting into that bucket. I hope some of you will join me. And there might be enough water to help at least some flowers grow beautiful again. So Higgins ran as hard as he can. Run. Just run in place. Here we go. Run as hard as he can. And he hopped way up into the air and he jumped into the bucket. Let's put another drop in there. Oh, there we go. And there he sat, just one drop in the bucket. And there he sat. For a long time, he was very lonely, and it seemed like no one else was going to join him. But after a while, some of the other drops could see that the grass was dying, and the flowers were wilting, and the trees were drooping, and they agreed, finally, that something had to be done. Suddenly, one drop shouted, I'm going in the bucket with Higgins. And he leapt through the air. Everybody, woo, leapt through the air. And kerplunk, whoa, that did it. And kerplunk, another drop of water in the bucket. Then two other drops. Anybody want to help me? Okay, help me out. And one, and two more other drops. Whoa, oh, not that water. Okay. You never know. I love it. Okay. Then two other drops jumped in, and then 10 drops jumped in. Yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And before long, there were 2 entire buckets of water, then 3, then 4, then 10, and then hundreds, and then tens of thousands of buckets of water. And along came a powerful breeze that blew over all the buckets, and all the water flowed together to make a mighty stream of water. And everywhere the water flowed, what happened? Everywhere the water flowed, what happened? What do you think? Hey guys, when something gets watered, what happens? What happens when something gets watered? Does it come back to life? Yeah, it comes back to life. Yeah. All this happened because Higgins had a dream, and his dream came true because he knew that although he was just a single drop in the bucket, enough drops in a bucket make a bucket full. And when there are enough buckets with wind behind them, then justice will roll down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. May we be so. Okay, thank you. All right, let's sing our children to class. This little light of mine.
Well, that was a lot of activity. It's time for our chalice lighting, and I wanted to open it with a short poem by Mary Oliver called At Blackwater Pond. At Blackwater Pond, the tossed waters have settled after a night of rain. I dip my cupped hand. I drink a long time. It tastes like stone, lead, fire. It falls cold into my body, waking the bones. I hear them deep inside me, whispering, oh, what is that beautiful thing that just happened. Water is one of our topics today, and it makes up 60 to 70% of our bodies. It's no wonder that it has such symbolism in many cultures around the world. It's that of cleansing, purification, life, and vitality. Without clean, fresh water, all plant and human life would cease to exist. Water is the main element in many rituals, spiritual rituals. It signifies rejuvenation and healing. In ancient times, and still in many developing nations, the village well is the symbol of community. So it's no wonder we are bringing these ideas together today. That village well is often located in the center of the village, and it's the gathering place where stories, joys, and sorrows are shared. Pure, unadulterated water is the life force that supports a healthy community. I once heard a story from a CSU engineer about one of the projects that they were doing in Africa with the goal of shortening the process of bringing in the fresh water from all the way down to the river, right? Shorten the process, give the village people fresh water a little bit more quickly. So they were building some modern aqueducts. A year after the installation of those aqueducts, they went back to visit the village. And to their surprise, the women were not using. They were going back down to the river. So they questioned the village elders, why is this happening? What is this phenomenon about? And they were told that it was disrupting their village connection. Their social connection had been disrupted by bringing and modernizing and mechanizing that process. And so the women left it aside and started walking back down to the river with their vessels, carrying their vessels of water, so that they would still have the time to share stories and to commune. Isn't that amazing? In her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, Carolyn Myss talks about how the second chakra, that energy center, is also tied to the creative process in communion or sacred union with others. Our relationships within the home, the workplace, the community help us to see ourselves, to become more conscious of who we are, more aware, and then to grow spiritually and individually as we honor one another, drawing the circle wide. Today we gather as community. We're drawing that circle wide. We bring water from our travels, from our sanctuaries, from our wells, to symbolize the individual communing with the larger body. We use another powerful symbol in this ritual, that of fire. Fire is the symbol of transformation and change. It also represents the purification and renewal process essential to spiritual growth, kind of similar to what we heard about water. They're juxtaposed, but really they are similar processes that we are using. So as we light this chalice, we bring both fire and water as symbols of purification, of the warmth within our community, and the healing of our mind and body.
Each week, you support the work of this congregation and all the ways that we live our values in the world. With your generosity and half of the donations that you give us today, we will be drawing our circle wide and including One Colorado. One Colorado is an organization that works on behalf of the rights and care of LGBTQ, people who identify as lesbian, bisexual, transgender, gay, two-spirit. Oh, I didn't go through the list right. Did I get everything? I said transgender. Okay. You've got the idea. The alphabet. Anyone who identifies as being gender different, gender queer, gender anything. People who identify differently need support and need help. So that's what their work is. So let's include them as best as we can. Thank you. Yes. Your choir, it's wonderful to have you back. Yeah. Joys and Sorrows is a time when we hold our beloved community with love and care through all that life brings. It is one of the ways that we live our values. And I would say in so many ways, it is the most sacred time of our service. We will be inviting each of you to share a little bit, well, just one word, during water communion. But if anyone else, we have a few joys and sorrows written down, and I will read these. But we'll take other comments in the chat, on Zoom, and if anyone didn't get a chance to write something down, let me know. Well, I begin by holding our board president, Sally Henry, in our hearts with love and with gratitude that she is still alive. Sally developed bleeding on her brain this past Wednesday. It was Wednesday, right? And thankfully, one of our other members, Sue Matthews, found her and got her to the hospital, which was a bit of a challenge, where they performed a very successful emergency surgery to stop the bleeding and to remove the blood that was already there. So she's been recuperating in the hospital, and she's coming home today. I have to say, I went to see her just as she got out of OR, and you know, she was on medication, and she even knew who I was then. I was like, dang, I don't know that I'd be able to do that. And then I went to visit her the next morning, and she right away said, "Oh, hi, Dana." I'm like, okay, she seems fine to me. Of course, there will be some recovery, but she's expected to recover fully. So that's really, really good news. And huge thanks to Sue for saving her life. Yes. Being stubborn pays off. So, and Sally will be needing meals soon, and I will send you an email with a link to sign up to take her meals. Sound good? If anybody wants to. And I also want to take a moment to hold in our hearts all of the people who are suffering and all of the devastation that has happened this time in Morocco. Such a devastation there. Just 2 days ago, an earthquake hit, and I haven't seen the latest, but I know yesterday it said over 1,000 people have died so far. 2,000 now, oh my. Oh, and of course we can't forget Maui as well. So it's important to take a moment and to feel that heartbreak and to be in communion and community with all of those who are suffering. And Janet shares that her eldest brother, Robert, is in the hospital, in ICU with sepsis. And that's all we know, and he's in Vallejo, California. Janet, I'm so sorry. Good. That's great. That's important progress. That Janet said that he's out of ICU, so that's important progress. Great. Well, we hold you and him in our hearts. Just give a little pat on our hearts. Thank you. And whoever wrote this one about Sally and Sue, I got you covered. Okay. So grateful for our community rallying together in energy and prayer for Sally. Yes, okay. Thank you, Cherry and Leonard, for loaning her their walker. Thank you, Tam. Great, yeah. And we have my new housemate, Anna, and her son, Richard James, have moved in and brought so much joy to our home. Woohoo! Glad to have you here. I was just gonna say, I think this is from Kat, and I think that maybe Anna, is it Anna? Anna, I thought, wait, I think it's Anna. Okay, good. Great to have you here, Anna. Great. Welcome, welcome. You're a part of us now, whether you like it or not. So there you go. And okay, Sue wrote that down too. Sue is also writing about Sally and her recovery. She's such a strong woman. She is resilient. I am just shocked. She talked my ear off. I can't tell you. Her like, yeah. The day after brain surgery. I mean, I'm quite sure I would not be that lucid. So, anything on Zoom? Okay. So I invite us now to just hold each other and hold our community with love as we take a breath in and hold it and let it go. As we breathe as one, breathing in and let it go. Just holding all of the joys and sorrows that are unspoken, all that life brings to each and every one of us. Always know you are held in this community and you are not alone. The love that we generate is always with each and every one of you. May it be so. Amen. Each of us has a story, and each of us is sacred. Each of us is different, and we are all connected. We are each a drop, just like Higgins. Yet a drop becomes the ocean when it joins the other waters on the earth. We are many and we are one. A quote from Jalaluddin Rumi, poet from the 12th century. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are an ocean in a drop. You were invited to bring water from a place that is meaningful to you today. And this may be from a favorite place you recently visited or from your home, or it may be a place that is important to you. You may have forgotten to bring water, as many of us do, but don't worry. You may use the water that we have here as symbolic water for that which is significant to you. I think, and some of you may have to correct me, but I believe you have been doing this water communion ceremony since the very beginning. Is that true? Which is about 20 years. So the seed water that I pour into this bowl represents, I love the symbology of this, it represents people who have walked through your doors, who have been part of this community, who have participated in water communion ceremonies for the past 20 years, since the very beginning of this congregation. A little more than 20 years, 23, 24 years. And at the end of the ceremony, I will save some of the water once again. And this water will be used in our child dedication ceremonies. And we will use it as seed water for next year's water communion ceremony. Don't worry, I always boil it, so that's okay. Yeah. So as we begin our ceremony today, let us give thanks for our Unitarian Universalist ancestors, the people who have helped to build this community and spread Unitarian Universalism into the world as a beacon of light. And now I invite you to come forward and let's
Maybe down the
make,
center.
yeah, I was going to say to the right, but this looks better. Let's just make a line down the center. And as you come forward, thank you. I invite you to share one word. One word. Oh, my daughter was
Should we
calling.
allow them a phrase?
One word. Is this working?
No.
Check, check. Is this microphone on? I don't think it's muted. Check, check. There we go. Thank you. Okay, a phrase.
A word or a phrase?
So I want you to look at the water that you have with you, or to just close your mind and bring to mind the water that is significant to you and the water that is in this pitcher. Remember the experience you had when collecting it or in the place where you were. What did it offer you? How do you value, or what do you value about this water and what it represents? Hold in your mind the significance of it, and as you pour water into the bowl, please share just one word or one short phrase that represents the meaning of this water. And with the choir and everything, I needed to put this up the steps, so if you need either help getting up the steps or want me to pour water in for you, or Linda to pour water, we can do that for you. So, here, let's do that. Very good. Okay. So please come forward.
Warm Gulf of Mexico water west of where the hurricane hit. Climate crisis.
Zihuatanejo, Mexico, with our good friends Bill and Lehne.
Collaboration and community.
Great, thank you.
Danish family. Hope.
Beautiful, beautiful, thank you.
Peace. With family on the Oregon coast.
Nice.
Home.
Yeah, nice.
With Bob from the Great Salt Lake in Utah.
Oh, nice. Great. Good.
My first cat was Priscilla, who was born on an ocean, on an island on the ocean.
Yeah, right on.
From the rain. The trip last fall to the Galapagos in Ecuador.
And family at Spring Lake this summer.
Merced River in the Yosemite Valley.
Alex, you want to turn it up just a bit?
Oceans.
Trout.
A gift from the sky last night. A gift from the sky last night.
Gift from the sky last night. Yeah.
Flowers and symphonies around Gore Creek in Vail.
The Norwegian Sea and the expansion and joy of travel.
I forgot to get the water out of the Pooter, but camping on the Pooter River.
The salty water off the coast of Oregon.
Koi pond and hot tub and backyard.
Beautiful rain.
From the confluence at Earth Haven Eco Village in North Carolina, connecting communities and hope.
All the medicine waters that heal me.
The compassion that the peace of the river I walk by with my dog gives to me.
Gull Lake, Minnesota, and the Caribbean off of Ambergris Cay. Memories, longtime memories, and lovely family.
Thailand and Cambodia, and the concern of continued plastic pollution of our oceans.
Thriving plants in Colorado and greenness.
Renewal of mind, body, and spirit.
Joining my oldest son, Tony, on his dream trip to Japan.
My garden.
The spectacular beauty of the Norwegian fjords and exhilaration after a frigid plunge post-sauna.
I forgot to invite folks on Zoom, but if you want to post something in chat, we can pour water in from here. Well, I tell you. Okay. And if they write anything in the chat, Tam, wave your hand around. Thank you. Great. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to pour a little water in here from camping on the Frying Pan River. And for all the water in our lives, let us bless this water with these words from Ranwa Hamni. Your response to this blessing is, this water is sacred.
This water is made sacred by the many hands that have poured it with intention and love, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith.
This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each and every member. This water is sacred.
May it continue to nurture this community with sustaining hope that we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred.
May it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and to this world. This water is sacred.
May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors.
This water is sacred. May its purity offer grace to our community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes.
This water is sacred. In moments when we are confused or uncertain, may it bring us clarity of purpose and commitment.
This water is sacred. In moments when the reservoirs of our hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep reservoir of abundant love.
This water is sacred.
Whew. Can we just sing for service? Edwin Markham wrote a great little, short little poem that says, "He drew a circle that shut me out. Heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and took him in. In the TV show Ted Lasso, Ted is betrayed by a great, is betrayed with great malice by someone that he has fostered and nurtured by the name of Nate. Nate was cared by, Ted treated Nate with genuine care and respect and helped him to become a successful strategist and coach in soccer or football. Everyone is amazed that Ted doesn't fight back or lash out or try to find a way to hurt him, because that's what they thought was the appropriate response, to treat someone who has been so intentionally hurtful. But Ted Lasso, instead, he had the wit to win. He drew a circle big enough to include the one who betrayed him. By not fighting back, it allowed Nate to learn and grow on his own from his mistakes and just own it himself. And eventually he came back and apologized. Things don't always work out that way in real life, I realize. But it is inspiring to see Ted act differently than expected. And clearly he's coming from a different perspective. He's broadened his thinking to actually live his values, especially when it is the hardest. He's drawn the circle of his own perspective wider than most of us. And this is what it means to be part of a beloved community. This beloved community. To continue to broaden our perspective, to draw that circle wider still as we are challenged to grow in unexpected ways. You see, I have to believe that Ted Lasso had the same impulses that everyone else did, but he was able to let them go and not respond in those impulses. So today, as we come back together, we are gathered in strength, and we are also considering who we are and who we want to be, where we are going. Where are we going? What is our purpose? Maybe the purpose of this congregation is to have the wit to win by drawing the circle wider and then drawing it wider still. Our world is changing faster than any of us can keep up with. Our levels of worry and anxiety seem to mount every day. We work to bring justice and peace and healing to this world, but it is just too much. But that is the thinking only like an isolated little drop. Not like Higgins. With Namaqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation, we have the power of community, and together we can draw that circle wider with a new vision. We have the power to save lives. I've said it before. Some of you doubt it, perhaps. Well, she's just overstating it. You know, that's just one of those minister things, you know. Unitarian Universalism saves lives every day. And not just speaking to Sue, who literally saved Sally's life, but in powerful ways that you act, think, talk, and live your values. We are guided by the earth's directions and the celestial cycles passing overhead and within ourselves. Launching from the shores of our ancestors, we carry their sustenance and their baggage. We plot our course using new tools, preparing for the future of our descendants. Love, my friends, is the name of that North Star. Love is what guides us, Elusive as it may be, it is the one we seek and follow. Love is in the shining light, showing the way. Love is in the water, cleansing, healing, and soothing. Love is in that fire that warms us and burns with passion and compassion, seeking justice. Love is in the earth, solid and strong and sturdy, giving us a foundation on which we grow. Love is in the air, the energy between us. How will this love show up for us and for this congregation this year? How will we show up for love? This is beloved community. How are you going to be a part of it? I hope you join us for our conversation as we ponder these questions after the service. Reach out and connect with those around you. Maybe a hand on a shoulder. I know COVID's going around, so. We embody the love of this community. In this moment, we hold all who are a part of this community in love. May we always remember who we are and what our North Star is, named love. May it be so, and may we walk in love and justice. Amen.